Oregon is a state of adventurous landscapes. From the coast to the mountains and the Oregon High Desert, vacations to the state traverse all types of terrain. The multitude of places to visit and things to do in Oregon can make planning a getaway overwhelming until you have a complete picture of everything Oregon offers. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 rated attractions and places to visit in Oregon. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more awesome travel guides, and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you know when we publish a new video. So now let's cut to the chase. At 10, Smith Rock State Park, Terrebonne. Smith Rock State Park is an international climbing destination in central Oregon near Bend. The state park has over 1,000 bolted sport routes lining a stunning river canyon environment. These routes range from beginner to finger-crimping hard and all require proper climbing experience and gear. It's not just climbers who flock to this outdoor playground. Mountain bikers, hikers and photographers often explore the scenic surroundings of the state park. And with a high desert weather system, climbing and exploring Smith Rock in winter is usually a t-shirt endeavor. For one of the best hikes in the area, head to Misery Ridge. Despite its foreboding name, the trail provides a stunning view of the Crooked River and its canyon walls. Smith Rock State Park has an RV-exclusive campground and a walk-in area for campers and climbers. At 9, Samuel H. Boardman State Scenic Corridor, Brookings. The Samuel H. Boardman State Scenic Corridor is a 12-mile linear park between Brookings and Gold Beach on the southern Oregon coast. This stunning coastal corridor exhibits some of the best oceanside scenery in the state. The park is named after the first Oregon Parks superintendent and is easily accessible from the US 101. Various pull-offs line the entire park, connecting beaches, rock formations and the distinct natural beauty that defines this part of the coast. The Oregon Coast Trail also spans the entire park, offering a very challenging day hike. Most of the pull-offs in the state park lead to steep hiking trails that quickly descend to the beach, sometimes over rough terrain. A few popular pit stops along this scenic corridor include Arch Rock, Indian Sands, and one of the best beaches on the Oregon coast, Lone Ranch Beach. This beautiful beach is easily accessible with convenient parking nearby. At 8, Hood River. The scenic city of Hood River is on the banks of the Columbia River just over an hour east of Portland. It is a great place for sightseeing and outdoor sports and is well known as a destination for kiteboarding and windsurfing. Other common things to do in this adventurous region include hiking, biking and camping. The city is also well regarded for its emerging culinary scene. Menus are often bolstered by fresh ingredients from the adjacent Hood River Valley. Even more tastes of the region are found on the 35-mile Fruit Loop, which runs from the city into the agricultural fields to the south. Visitors wanting a little less physical activity can easily hop on the historic Columbia River Scenic Byway to explore a lush world of waterfalls. The Mount Hood Railroad also departs from Hood River and travels 17 miles to Odell, with Mount Hood in view the entire way. At 7, it's Astoria. Astoria is a charming seaside city with inspiring surroundings in the far northwest corner of Oregon, near the end of the Columbia River before it meets the ocean. Although smaller, it's called the San Francisco of Oregon thanks to its seaside status and vibrant downtown district filled with a community flavor. Movie fans may recognize Astoria as a backdrop of the 80s cult classic movie The Goonies. Visitors to Astoria can learn more about this movie and other Oregon productions at the Oregon Film Museum, located in the old Clatsop County Jail. Nearby, the Astoria Flavel House Museum provides historical insight into this well-aged city. Other top attractions of Astoria include the scenic riverfront and the Astoria Column, both with great views of the area. And now at 6, it's Bend. Bend sits roughly in the center of Oregon, edged by a mix of national forests, volcanoes and dry plains. The city's High Desert Museum has informative displays about the surrounding arid regions. Popular things to do in Bend include rafting trips on the Deschutes River, excursions to the volcanic landscapes of Lava Butte and Newberry National Volcanic Monument, and skiing at the large Mount Bachelor ski area. For an iconic waterfall of the area, Tumalo Falls can be reached from Bend in just over a 10-mile drive. Also nearby, Smith Rock is famous with climbers for its many routes and long history as a rock climbing destination. Hiking trails around Bend are a great way to explore these scenic areas, and mountain biking trails also add to the excitement. For a more laid-back approach, Cascade Lake's Scenic Byway is a popular auto-touring route through the Deschutes National Forest. The drive passes lakes, mountains and spectacular scenery, with many picnic spots and campsites available along the way. At 5, Mount Hood National Forest. Mount Hood is the highest mountain in Oregon, with the peak rising to 11,239 feet. This enormity makes the mountain an unmistakable landmark of the state, seen from miles in every direction. On clear days, it provides a brilliant backdrop for the city of Portland to the east. Mount Hood National Forest encompasses the entire mountain and much of its flanks. This public space offers all types of adventures. On the mountain slopes are downhill offerings at Mount Hood Ski Bowl, picturesque hiking paths like the Timberline Trail, and scenic viewpoints accessible via the Mount Hood Scenic Loop. The national spanning Pacific Crest Trail also crosses the southwest flank of the mountain. The historic town of Government Camp and the nearby Timberline Lodge are big attractions in this mountain landscape. The reflective Trillium Lake offers a postcard setting and a great mountain view. Mount Hood National Forest fans out from the peak to encompass waterfalls and hot springs. Next up at 4, Washington Park, Portland. Portland offers a bevy of delightful parks and gardens, but none has quite the density of attractions as Washington Park. Within park grounds, the famed International Rose Test Garden is located near the impressive Portland Japanese Garden. Both display exceptional horticultural expertise and are favourites with green thumbs. Washington Park is also home to the Oregon Zoo, Hoyt Arboretum, World Forestry Center Discovery Museum, and a popular Rose Garden children's playground. And even without these attractions, Pacific Northwest splendor imbues the entire park with a dense landscape of foliage and nature. The park is also next to the expansive Forest Park, encompassing approximately 1,300 acres and home to some of the best hiking trails in the Portland area. Plan to spend the whole day exploring this urban respite in the middle of the city. Oh, and here's my tip. Parking is scarce in parts of Washington Park, particularly nearest the International Rose Test Garden and Portland Japanese Garden. A free Washington Park shuttle operates within the park daily between April and September, and several public transit options bridge the gap between downtown and the park. Okay, at 3, Cannon Beach. Cannon Beach is a popular tourist destination on the northern Oregon coast with a vast stretch of sand and spectacular views of jagged coastal rocks. Haystack Rock is the largest of these sea stacks and is a constant presence during any visit to this coastal community. Alongside spectacular ocean scenery, Cannon Beach also delivers cultural appeal with restaurants, boutique shops and great hotels. This combination of culture, community and ocean access earns Cannon Beach its reputation as one of the best small towns on the Oregon coast. To the north of Cannon Beach, the enchanting Ecola State Park and Tillamook Head encompass historic and scenic landscapes to explore, including a trail that follows the path of Lewis and Clark. The charming city of Seaside is on the other end of Ecola State Park, offering more days of family-friendly travel along the coast. At 2, Columbia River Gorge National Scenic Area. The Columbia River Gorge National Scenic Area follows the course of the Columbia River as it cuts through the Cascade Range. This stunning river gorge is the boundary line between Oregon and Washington. It falls within a 30-minute drive from Portland and is best known for its spectacular views and numerous waterfalls. Traveling along the historic Columbia River Highway through the gorge offers a slower pace than the adjacent Interstate 84. This historic corridor has several roadside attractions and is a popular route to explore via bicycle. The tallest waterfall in the state, Multnomah Falls, is perhaps the most iconic display of gravity in the Columbia River Gorge. Alongside a dazzling two-tier waterfall, the area around Multnomah offers a range of hiking and biking trails, plus camping facilities. It's also home to the historic Multnomah Falls Lodge, built in 1925, and is still a popular place to dine or stay the night. Multnomah Falls is one of the most popular day trips from Portland, but not even close to the only waterfall to check out in the gorge. One of the many other great destinations to aim for is Punch Bowl Falls on Eagle Creek. The iconic waterfall doesn't drop anywhere close to the same distance as Multnomah Falls, but it arguably leaves an even better impression. Here's my tip. New time-use permits have been in place for the past few years, requiring visitors to reserve parking spots during peak visiting season, May 26th to September 4th. You can bypass the need for a permit with different transportation means. Check out all the options with the From Portland to Multnomah Falls 5 Best Ways to Get There guide. And finally, at number 1, Crater Lake National Park. Crater Lake National Park lies in the Cascade Mountains of southwestern Oregon. Its landscape is like nowhere else. It's not actually a crater, but rather an ancient caldera of an extinct volcano, Mount Mazama, which erupted over 7,000 years ago. Today, lava cliffs rise 2,000 feet around the sky blue, seemingly bottomless lake. The easiest way to see and visit Crater Lake is along Rim Drive, circumnavigating the entire lake. The route begins at Rim Village, home to the Crater Lake Lodge and Rim Village Visitor Center. Rim Drive is only drivable in the warm weather months, typically mid-July to mid-October. Snowshoers and cross-country skiers utilize the unplowed road for winter travel throughout winter. Crater Lake National Park is home to some of Oregon's best hiking trails. Stunning trails like Watchman Peak give great views of the caldera, while more moderate options stem from Rim Village via paved sidewalks. And extended hiking and backpacking opportunities, including the country-spanning Pacific Crest Trail, present themselves away from the rim. To access the water in the summer, head to Cleetwood Cove, where cruises depart for Wizard Island. Camping is also available at 2 developed campgrounds, with most sites found at the Mazama Campground, located in the Mazama Village. Southern Oregon has a lot more to explore outside the national park. Crater Lake is surrounded by wild places like Umpqua National Forest and Rogue River Siskiyou National Forest, featuring hundreds of more miles of hiking trails to explore. And Crater Lake is at the northern end of the spectacular 500-mile state-spanning volcanic Legacy Scenic Byway. And there you have the top 10 rated attractions and places to visit in Oregon. Did you like what you saw? Let us know in the comments down below. Share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fantastic travel guides. See you next time.